Welcome, dear readers. We observe that as restrictions begin to lessen, many expect their lives to pick up exactly where they left off before the period of isolation. Nothing can or will be exactly as it was, for the energy of Earth has and will continue to change. Allow the process, dear ones. It is important to honestly examine your belief system and allow yourselves to recognize everything that you may still hold with regard to how things must be in order to be right. Be open to change through understanding and accepting that the world has entered a new vibrational pattern which does not allow it to express exactly as it did previously. Listen to and trust your intuition fully, allowing it to guide you to new and previously unknown ways of living in a higher resonating world. It has become a time of fear for those who remain spiritually unawakened, because as their comfortable and familiar belief system begins to crumble, they experience it as the loss of their foundation, one built on sand. Divine consciousness is a permanent state of fulfillment. Divine consciousness never gives fulfillment to an individual, for divine consciousness holds nothing about the belief in separation or individuals as being separate from itself. God is always fulfilling itself as and through individuals. Individual expressions of divine consciousness experience fulfillment in accord with how open their consciousness is to receive it. A consciousness that is already filled with false beliefs of two powers, duality, and separation, has no room through which divine fulfillment can express. It is time to ponder and evaluate the ordinary facets of your life. Why do I struggle to maintain a job, relationship, way of life that feels finished? What beliefs drive me? Am I doing these things to please others? In the light of what I know, are these beliefs true or simply concepts I have accepted and feel comfortable holding on to? The benefit of the time of confinement is that it provided an opportunity for individuals to ask themselves these questions, which in turn has helped many move beyond old beliefs that were holding them in bondage. Throughout all lifetimes, the majority has comfortably accepted and lived from what they were led to believe was the right way or truth about everything, most of which was based primarily in duality and separation. The third dimension is the lowest rung of a very high dimensional ladder, dear ones, which is why most people are unable to easily speak with their guides, teachers, and loved ones on the other side. Three-dimensional energy does not align with the more refined light energies of the higher dimensions. Many continue to believe that the higher dimensions do not exist because they can't see or hear them. Some who do believe in an afterlife continue to view it from narrow and false concepts of a heaven or hell awaiting everyone, which in turn has provided a well-used control tool for churches, parents, governments, etc. Never doubt that those living in the higher dimensions are alive and well, learning and evolving, and happy to be back home. Ghosts are individuals who are so completely aligned with three-dimensional energy that even after the death of the physical body, they remain fully aligned with it. It is their state of consciousness. Higher dimensional beings are always close by ready to assist, but free will allows them to remain in their illusions as long as they choose. Those who incessantly mourn someone who has passed on by erecting altars, having seances, and consistently trying to make contact, do no favor to themselves or the person they mourn, because these actions only serve to keep both tied to what is finished, and keeps the one who has passed from moving on. There is, never has been, and never can be death. Could an omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient God die? As individuals evolve and grow spiritually, it becomes easier and more natural to communicate with guides or even loved ones if contact is necessary. This is because as a person's energy becomes more refined, they automatically begin to align with the same energies in the higher dimensions. Never forget that you are not a human being with a consciousness, but rather you are consciousness presently utilizing a material body as is necessary for living in the denser energy of Earth. We observe hesitation on the part of many who are aware of their true nature but are unable to fully trust it, because they believe that it never manifests as they expected, is unpredictable, and is thus not practical for everyday living. Realize and remember that consciousness is the substance of form, not an intellectual knowledge of truth. This is why the first stages of the spiritual journey do not seem to bring forth much fruitage. Everyone has experiences that cause them to doubt what they have learned about themselves and God. It is part of the evolutionary process. Have no guilt, sorrow, or feelings of failure about it. Rest assured that truth is a never-changing reality, but for humans used to living in third-dimensional energy, truth must be held silently and sacredly within, and practiced until through grace, it becomes an attained state of consciousness that can express outwardly. Trust that your higher self is running the show and bringing to you that which you need. Once a person consciously or unconsciously decides to spiritually evolve, their journey begins with no going back. From then on, experiences of both bad and good are based in learning, clearing, and moving more deeply into spiritual awareness. Try not to judge your life by outer appearances, for experiences can get quite difficult on all levels as old stored energy from hundreds of past lives begins to surface in order to clear. Look for the lesson underlying all experiences, for there always is one. It is important to set aside a particular time to state the intention to clear all oaths, promises, vows, or commitments made in this life and all past lives, for they can bind you to their particular energy. Even lifetimes lived as a warrior can bind a person to the energy of oaths and promises made to always serve a leader, country, or cause, to the death. Likewise, old vows of poverty can keep a person continuously struggling with abundance. Most vows, oaths, and promises of the past were appropriate at the time, but as a person evolves, they act as anchors and block the new. Over the course of living many lifetimes, everyone has surrendered personal power to others, be it some religion, person in power, husband, wife, child, or cause. Mankind has reached a place of spiritual readiness to reclaim the innate power they willingly and ignorantly, or forcibly surrendered to some person, place, cause, etc. The integration and balancing of the masculine and feminine energy, fully present, but often unrecognized in every person, is a necessary component of reclaiming one's power as a divine being. Those who ignore or resist opening themselves to the qualities of either gender will be presented with opportunities that force them to go deeper with regard to this. Everyone came to believe through experience and teachings in this or previous lifetimes that they were powerless. For many, powerlessness remains intact as their state of consciousness and continuing to manifest outwardly in every facet of their lives. The process of evolving beyond a consciousness of powerlessness often includes situations that seem to be problems, but which in reality are experiences created by the higher self, necessary for attaining personal empowerment. When a person reaches a place of no more, the upper realms rejoice, for it means the person has begun to break their bondage to some person, place, or thing outside of themselves, freeing them from energies that they may have been carrying through many lifetimes. Appearances are never what they seem to be according to three-dimensional thinking. Three-dimensional minds, regardless of how educated or bright, can only access what is already known in three-dimensional collective consciousness, simply because that is what they are in alignment with. Fresh new ideas can only flow from the source of creativity, divine consciousness. Great artists do not seek new ideas from what already exists in the three-dimensional collective, but look within where creativity exists. Often without conscious awareness of what they were doing, the great artists and creators of every age pondered and silently listened, opening a path through which new ideas for music, art, dance, medicine, learning, etc., could flow. Once a new idea is brought forth from the source of creativity within, it then becomes a part of the collective and available to others. This is why it often happens that two people will invent the same thing at the same time, and is also why every truth you know and integrate serves to lift and add light to collective consciousness. You are living in powerful times and all is proceeding according to plan. Rejoice. We are the Arcturian group,